Okay, this is our front end screen, and let's start with the configuration.
Yeah,
SAP reference IMG. This is implementation guide. Okay, first node is enterprise structure, definition, financial accounting. Why am I doing this? We can actually discuss it at the end of this lecture. Okay, but first we have to uh, create a company code. Okay, now the company code, of course, will be our company, and that company will have a structure. What kind of structure will be that? Let me make it a little bit easier for you. Copy, delete, check company code, copy organizational object, LAP 9, LAP 2. Continue. Data already exists. Company code LAP 2. Data already company code. Do you want the organizational complete object? Yes. Do you want to copy the GL account company code data? Yes. Controlling area is assigned to company code LAP 9. Do you want to copy the assignment controlling area? No. Do you want to allocate a different local currency? Yes. Okay, the currency will be AED. Continue, 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 continue. You want to transport the number ranges? Yes. Yes, everything is all right, Naveed. I'm just waiting for this to process because it is taking some time. So let it process. It takes some time. It takes some time. It is usual. Sometimes the server actually takes some time. It is a bit slow at times. So we have to bear with it. Or we can do one thing that we can discuss the overall structure. Okay. Now the structure that we'll be following, LAP2. Now this will be a request, transport request, LAP2, SAP FICO 4. Who else is with us? Um, Okay. Now, in this very node, every part of the configuration will be stored regarding LAP2. LAP2 is our company code. Now, what is the company code? We'll discuss this later on. Okay. Okay, still it's processing. Yes. It will actually take some time to establish the company code. Now, what's this company code? Let me tell you that. LAP2. This will be an automobile manufacturing company. Okay. And in this, we will have operating concern. Now, what is an operating concern? I'll tell you that later. Controlling area, company code, plan, sales, or purchasing, or storage location, distribution centers, sales offices, and so on. Okay, now what is operating concern? This is purely SAP lingo. Okay, in business lingo, this is called the mother company. Okay, so when we represent operating concern in SAP, it is operating at the level of the mother company. Now, mother company will be operating somewhere else, not in the UAE, because LAP2 is basically is reporting in AED, that is dirhams, but the global currency will be USD. So in SAP, when we integrate company with operating concern, there are a little bit of checks. Now, what are these checks? First of all, operating concern is your 3D reporting dashboard or 3D reporting cube. What do I mean by 3D reporting cube? It means, for example, I want to see the sales of December of my SUV and for the color red from the region north of the retail showroom at, for example, let's say it's retail showroom Shanghai, along with freight charges, COGS, cost of sales, and what else? Manufacturing overheads. Okay. So in effect, I am having three-dimensional view of what actually is happening in Shanghai in December for SUV segment, which is red in the north area. North can be your profit center. Okay. Along with, I will have to capture freight, cost of sales, manufacturing overheads, that which can be reported in operating concern so that the management at the company level will view it in USD. Although it is being sold in Shanghai, over there it's Chinese currency, but the company management wants to see the report in USD, where it is being managed and operated by LAP2 in AED. Okay. So these are three different currencies. So top level is operating concern. When it comes to controlling area, this is an important area. This is for management reporting. In controlling area, we have profit center accounting. We have product cost controlling. We have cost center accounting and cost element accounting. Will study all of this. Then we have internal orders, profitability analysis, which is part of operating concern. Okay. And what else do we have? This is in short what is in controlling area. So it's a very big area, very, very big area. In management reporting, of course, you have to see all of this. So with operating concern, you have one to many controlling area relationship. Like in one operating concern, there can be many controlling areas. Now, why can they be different? We'll go into that discussion later on. But let's see the basic enterprise structure. Company codes, again, it has one to many relationship with controlling area. Okay. So company codes basically report to controlling area, but to synchronize controlling area with company code, we need to have the same chart of account and fiscal year variant. Okay. Now, chart of accounts will be L2CA. Fiscal year variant will be L2FY or LAP2. Okay. Now, chart of accounts. What is chart of accounts? Chart of accounts is a group of accounts, which is segmentation of accounts of GL accounts is done. What is fiscal year variant? Some companies have a fiscal year starting from July to June. Some have January to December. Some have April to March. Okay. So this is fiscal year. So, for example, in UAE, because this is a UAE based company, LAP2, it will be following January, December, which is also called calendar year. But since this is a mother company, it has another company somewhere in South America. Okay. They are following April to March. Okay. So do you think a company code, let's say it is LAP South America or LASA South America? Okay. You think this company having a fiscal year can compare with LAP2, which has January, December as calendar year as fiscal variant? No, it cannot, because you cannot integrate both of these companies at the controlling area level, because controlling area says the chart of accounts plus fiscal variant should be same for all company codes. For all company codes. So what is a company code? A company code is nothing but it prepares its own financial statements. Okay. And in financial statement, we are talking about three valuations. Those three valuations are legal, group, and profit center valuation. These are three valuations. Okay. Legal valuation is 1, group is 2, profit center is 3. You will understand what this numbering legends are. Okay. Then we have a plant. A plant is a subset of company code. Okay. And under which there can be multiple plants under one company code. Same goes for purchasing organization. Okay. Multiple purchasing organizations can be related and integrated with a plant. So a plant can be, what can be the definition of a plant? A definition of a plant is, it can be a manufacturing facility, or it can be inventory storage location, or it can be just your company if it is a services company. But it's better to have a plant because material valuation happens at plant level. So it's better to have a plant because only then you can proceed to make purchase orders, RFQs, PRs, sales orders, and so on. Okay. Because these things are dependent on having a plant, because plants will have storage location, and storage location plus plant combination is reflected in these accounts, in these documents. Okay. Sales org. Again, this is subset of company code, one to many. Multiple sales organizations will be integrated with one company code. Okay. And sales organizations can have multiple distribution centers and sales offices, one to many, one to many. Okay. So this is the structure that we are basically building right now in SAP. Company code, completed activities, company code LAP9 copied to LAP2. Now, why LAP? Because we've already had a template, but I will show you what has been actually made in company code LAP2. Edit company code data. Okay. Position LAP2, LAP2 Global Automobiles Dubai. Okay. And it has copied everything. It is already made. It has already taken the name as well. Okay. Now, next comes in, after this definition, of course, we will go for the next part, that is financial accounting. Global settings, ledgers, fiscal year, fiscal year variant. And first I'll assign a fiscal year variant to the company code LAP9. LAP9 has V3. So we will also have V3. LAP2. LAP2 also has V3. Okay. Okay. Next is fields. Field status variants. Now, what are field status variants? I'll explain in a while. Field status. L1 FS, L9 FS. Okay. Copy as L2 FS, LAP2. Copy all. Continue. Field status groups. Now, these are field statuses. Now, what are field statuses? Let me show you so that it makes a little bit of sense. FB03. double A42 or let's say LA39. Okay. Enter document number 2023, document lists, LAP9, 2023, ledger is 0L. I'll explain what is execute, enter. Okay, we have these many documents in SAP. We have entered. Let's say I pick this document at random. Now, if I double click salary over here, okay, we have fields over here like cost center, sales order, amount, um, purchasing document, assignment. If you go to more, we will have a profit center. Okay. So field status variants, for example, like this G002, double click, additional account assignments. We have cost center that is required. Some fields are suppressed, some fields will be optional. So over here, fields which are empty are optional. Fields which are filled over here must be either mandatory, which is a required field, okay, which is automatically filled up, or it is manually filled up. Okay, but we'll see when we actually pass on the documents. So value date, again, it can be an obligatory field. I'll go to document overview. And this is a cash account. And we have again fields, but this time the fields are less because that was salary account related to expenses or related to primary expenses cost that could be related with transferring the expenses to production cost centers. That's why we had the field selection or collection of fields was much more over here. But cash is just cash account, which is a balance sheet item. So the field collection and selection criteria is less. And that is decided by field status variant and the group that is assigned to a salary account. Let's see. I'll go back again and see what is the number of the salary account. That is 400, 500. Okay. I'll just see and check the nature of the salary account. LAP 9, 400, 500. Salary. This is chart of accounts. Okay. Salary. Over here, the salary is primary cost. Primary cost means these amounts will be transferred to product cost. Let's go to another tab that is control data. Right now, we're just having an overview. It's even if you don't understand, it doesn't matter right now because this is very, very basic. Okay. Now, this is also field selection. This is also controlled by field status variant. Okay. Field status group is cost account. Cost center is required. If you look at this group G02, this is G02. Over here, the cost center is a required entry. Okay, I hope it's clear now. Okay. Is it clear? Okay, let me go back and explain the fiscal year variant as well, because that might have left you with some confusion, but I'll explain it. Yes. Okay, assign company code to field status variants. LAP2, Dubai L9FS. This will be L2FS. Save. Okay, fair enough. This is done. Okay, now let's go back and check the fiscal year again. What are fiscal year variants? We have chosen V3. Position V3. V3 is April to March. And we have some checks over here. Calendar year, number of posting periods, and number of special periods. Now, calendar year is January to December, and that is allowed if the fiscal year is January, December, only then it can be calendar year. Year dependent is basically if your company or if there is a requirement like in university, year dependent fiscal year variant is needed because they have to maintain their calendars for every year. That can be separate because holidays of uh, public holidays or private holidays or events are basically dependent on years, like exams are dependent on year. So they will have year dependent. Okay. So that's why we have calendar weeks as well. Number of periods is 12, which is normal. Special periods 4 are basically extra to 12, which means that in addition to 12 periods, we have 4 special periods for adjustments. Adjustments like reconciliation, unplanned depreciation, product costing, production order reconciliation and closing, month-end closing, and year-end closing, material reconciliation with GRIR, vendor reconciliation, unposted invoices, tax uh, tax postings and payments, outgoing payments, things like that. So 4 special periods, can be more, can be less, but standard is 4. So in V3, let's see what are the periods. Where are we starting from? Okay, month 1 is -1. I'll go down. Month 4, which is April in calendar. This is calendar months. Month 4, days will be 30, but it will be period 1 in SAP because your fiscal year is April to March. Yeah. So April will be your first month. And December will be 9th. But as soon as the calendar changes to next year, okay, the next month, January, will be the 10th period. But because it is calendar is for next year, you have to pull it back with -1 to pull it back in the last year, so that your fiscal year is completed by March, not by December. Okay, I hope that is clear. Okay, that being said, let's move on to the next part. Field status is also done, and posting period variant, define variants or uh, L1FS, L9FS. I'll take L9FS, copy as. L2FS, LAP2, save, Control S, and it is saved here. Okay. Assign variants to company code. LAP2, L2FS, save, save. Okay. Next thing is that is very important, very, very important, is master data, GL accounts, preparation, edit chart of cost. LAP or L9CA. Okay. Copy as L2CA, L2 chart of accounts. Maintenance language will be English. Length of GL accounts will be 10. Maximum is 10. But companies actually keep 5 to 6 as digits of GL account. Save. Okay. Assign. LP9. L9CA, we have L2CA. Reset company code. Why should I? GL account. I don't have any GL accounts. But let's see. Delete master data. Delete GL account. Delete GL accounts. In the company code LAP2. General master data. GL account detail log. Test run. Let's execute it. And let's see what do we have. Okay. Records rent 19. Contains does not contain any data. Okay. Since because we copied it, we will make our own. I'll remove, test run, execute. Yes, is a production run. Okay. Lead chart of accounts. Chart of accounts. Then 9CA. No, I cannot delete this because it's already assigned to another company code. But nonetheless, you can assign it. You can delete it as well. Let me just go to another transaction, which is